Hi everyone and welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. On the show today, we're going to make some homemade turkey meatballs. Now these meatballs can be used in all kinds of different dishes. In spaghetti, and you can even put them over some barbecue sauce, but we're going to use them for some Italian wedding soup. So join me as we make my homemade turkey meatballs. So in here I have 1.5 pounds of ground turkey, and we're going to add in 1 egg. We're also going to add in finely chopped onion from about 1/2 of an onion. You don't want too much because you're not making onion balls, right? We're going to put some parsley, just to taste, I guess. Maybe a couple tablespoons of parsley. We're going to add in some breadcrumbs, and these are plain breadcrumbs. I don't really buy the spiced ones. We're going to put about 1/4 cup. And one of the things about this recipe is I never really had measurements because I just sort of made it up as I went along, and it turned out delicious, so I kept doing that. So in terms of seasoning, I use this Penzeys Fox Point. I really like this. If you don't have access to a Penzeys, you can just use Italian seasoning. I really like this. It has shallots, chives, garlic, onion, and green peppercorn. But it's delicious to me, and it makes really good turkey meatballs, let me tell you. So I'm just gonna put a tablespoon or so. That's how much I like it. So we're gonna put some fresh cracked black pepper, of course. And we're gonna put some salt. And turkey kind of needs a lot of salt, so you want to salt it to taste, but it's pretty bland. So you want to give it a nice amount. And then we're gonna mix it up. So we got our little gloves here. The reason I wear gloves is because I don't like it getting in my fingernails. And I don't want to have to sit up here and scrub my fingernails with a brush all the time because I cook all the time. So you don't necessarily have to wear gloves, but it just makes the job nicer. So we're gonna go ahead and mix it up. That is nice. Get it all mixed in there. Eric's showing off back there. Ooh, it looks good. You don't want to overdo it because you don't want to toughen your meat, but you do want to get everything thoroughly combined. It's looking good. So now we're going to form our meatballs. And I'm going to go ahead and get another pair of gloves on. I took them off so we could clean up. And what you use, number one, how big you make your meatballs depends on how you want them. We're making an Italian wedding soup, so I want them to be about 1 tablespoon. Italian wedding soup, you need to make kind of small meatballs. So you can make them big or small depending on your application. What I use to make meatballs, and this is my famous meatball scoop. This is basically a coffee scoop. And on one side it has 1 tablespoon, and on the other side it has 2 tablespoons. So this is a perfect meatball maker because we're doing 1 tablespoon meatballs. You could do 2 tablespoons. Some people use a scoop, like an ice cream scoop. I found this is just as good, and I can make different size meatballs. So we're just going to scoop the meat into the scoop. We're going to shake it out, and we're going to roll the meatballs. You want to get them kind of tight because otherwise they'll break apart. And that's pretty much where you want them. For Italian wedding soup, you don't want them super huge. One of the mistakes that I've made in the past making Italian wedding soup is I made these big old boulder meatballs, and you don't want that. So I'm going to continue to roll these meatballs and then we will cook them. So our meatballs are done. We basically have a cast iron pan over medium heat, and I've put a little oil in there. I actually mixed olive oil and canola just to bring up the smoking point of the olive oil a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and put our meatballs in. And because I'm making Italian wedding soup, I'm not cooking these meatballs all the way through. I'm going to cook these probably 75% of the way, and then we're going to take them out because they're going to cook some more in the soup. You don't want to overcrowd them because you don't want steamed meatballs. I can get all these in there. So there's several different ways that you could cook these meatballs. You could cook them in a skillet like this. You could put them in the oven on a sheet pan. And for Italian wedding soup, some people just put them straight in the water raw. To me, I don't want just boiled meat, so I'm going to cook them off first. So these are about 75% of the way done. We have a nice browning on them. They look really good. I'm going to go ahead and take these out and put them in a bowl here, and we're going to save them for our soup. If you're not going to cook these anymore, you certainly want to cook them all the way through to like 165 at least, 170, just to make sure that they are done. So let's go ahead and load them up again. They smell really good. I could just eat these all day long. You could put these on a sandwich, make a little meatball sandwich. You can make pasta. You don't even need a red sauce, just make a butter sauce. You can just serve them as hors d'oeuvres. You can put a toothpick in them and put them on a tray. Maybe make a little sauce.
Put a little cheese whiz on them.
Cheese whiz? Mm-hmm. So our meatballs are done. These I cooked 75% of the way because we're going to use them in an Italian wedding soup. These I cooked all the way so we can take a taste. And they look delicious. And they are delicious. Wow. You have a lot of flavor from the onion. From the fox point, has a lot of flavor. They're just fantastic. You could take these meatballs and just put a toothpick in them and serve them as an hors d'oeuvre. They're outstanding. They're going to make a really good Italian wedding soup. Homemade turkey meatballs. You're going to love them. If you like this recipe, please subscribe below and leave me a comment and a like, and visit my website at amylearnstocook.com. I'm also on Twitter and Pinterest at Amy Learns to Cook.